Hey, fire signs, welcome into Tree of Life Oracles. This is Elle, and I'm here with your reading for the month of August. Some cool information about the month of August is that we started the month on the 1st and 2nd with a super full moon in Aquarius. So that's releasing energy for concerning thoughts, thinking, mental gymnastics, things like that. We have the Lionsgate portal coming in, and if you haven't checked out the pick a card reading for that, do check that out because it was a pretty lengthy, in-depth one. And then to close the month out, on the 31st, we have another super full moon, which is called a blue moon because it's the second full moon in a single lunar month. So there's lots of releasing energy, plus the Lion's Gate in the middle of that, and a new moon for you to bring new stuff in, new energy in. So there's whatever you still have left to transition, it's going to happen in this month for sure. There's going to be tons of it, and you may already be feeling it. Since this is a general reading, keep in mind that not all the messages may apply to you or resonate with you. And if that's the case, take what does resonate and let go of everything else. We'll be doing a Celtic card using the Tarot of the Owls. And then I'm going to clarify the Celtic cross with the Naked Heart Tarot. And then after that, I'll clear the cards away, and then I will come back in with oracle messages for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius separately so that you can get a little bit more specific information to your sign, okay? So we've got the Celtic cross laid out. I'll go over the positions of the Celtic cross, what they mean, your underlying energies with the deck. Is the Knight of Pentacles. And so that's really good. Stuff's been slow moving, but it's still been, this is about, because of the Pentacle, it's about steadiness, security, abundance, things like that, moving in. Even though it's been kind of slow to get here, it's still been on its way. All right, the card in the center is what represents you. And so we have the Seven of Swords. So this is where we're starting this month, this energy. Now, Seven of Swords can really be looked at in terms of strategy or deceptiveness, right? And so as we clarify that, we're going to figure out where we are. I mean, I know in my own case, I'm an Aries, so I know in my case that, over the past few months or so, a couple of years actually, I've had a lot of shadow work to be done in that area of allowing myself to be deceived by other people, right? And so I know, for myself, that's where this part applies. It may apply differently to each of you, but we're going to clarify it and see what it means, okay? Now, what crosses us, or this is the energy of challenge, is the Fool, the new beginning, right? Now, a lot of times when readers read the crossing energy, it's kind of, the information tends to come across as though it's meant to be negative, like what's holding you back or whatever. It's really about what's challenging you to deal with your, what's your big challenge to move you to the next level. And so with this, having the Seven of Swords, it's really about trying to move out of, and it could be strategy as well. So if most fire signs like to control stuff, right? So it may just be that, this is just popping in, is that you may just be trying to control stuff, or you've been trying to make your new beginning happen by controlling everything in order to set it up, in a way that makes sense to you, or in a way that makes sense for you to kind of, drive the bus, so to speak, to make it come in. And so the reason the Fool is coming in as the challenge for this is that Spirit is basically saying, look, that's fine and dandy that you want to strategize all of this, but the reality is you got to let go in order for the new beginning to come in. So we're going to clarify that in just a bit, right? and see how that really comes across. But I think for a lot of you, it's really about, you spent a lot of time trying to strategize everything, which is just another way to control it. And then the new beginning really can't pop in because you're too busy trying to anticipate the next move and control the outcome and things like that. All right, so the next card here is going to be what crowns you. So this is the energy that's kind of in the forefront of your mind, okay? Stuff that you're aware of, that you're cognizant of. So this is Five of Cups. So this is typically, been kind of looking at I won't say you're looking at things from a place of lack, but it's really more about you're just very aware of stuff that's either not the way you want it, or you're just hyper aware every time something doesn't go quite the way you expect it to. And again, that comes back to this whole, I'm strategizing, I'm controlling it, I'm trying to make it happen the way I want it to. So in the forefront of your mind, when that doesn't work out, if there's disappointments or things like that, then we tend to focus on the spilled milk, what didn't work out, and instead of realizing that there's still 2 cups behind us, right? That there's still something waiting for us. And if we just let go and go trying to control it, the universe could bring that in, right? What's beneath us is the subconscious stuff in your head. So this may be something that's still in your mind, but you don't realize it. This is what's influencing you and your actions without you really realizing that it's influencing you and your actions. This is the Queen of Pentacles. She is as close to the Empress as they come. This is about being nurturing and abundant and fulfilled and stable and secure. So it's a way of the universe saying, look, you're so focused on trying to control all this that all you're aware of is what you don't get or what you're disappointed by or what doesn't happen, instead of looking at what you do. So this is to remind us to be in gratitude, right? The subconscious is coming and going, nip, nip, nip. You're really an abundant person here. You just don't see it because you're not aware of it. So in past energies, what's happened in the recent past? The devil. So this certainly can represent codependent behaviors. It can represent, negative thought processes, negative self-talk. It can represent just negative situations in your life in general, negative people that have been in your situation. In this case with the owl, you see he's basically got the 2 mice right at the bottom. Normally this card in a typical Rider-Waite-Smith shows the lovers, and the devil is towering over the lovers, and he has them enchained, except their chains are actually, the end of the chain is free. They could walk away at any moment, but they're codependent or they're living in fear because all they see is that it's the devil. And in this case, this little guy's got the mice, right? So he's got the mice in his talons. So this could have just been a lot of negative thinking, maybe negative situations, negative cause and effect in relationships. You just really feel like you haven't been able to do what you need to do or what you want to do, that everything's just really, really out of your control, right? And again, that comes back here because we're fire signs. We really love to be able to control it. So this is in the past, and this kind of goes hand in hand with this disappointing kind of lack energy as well. But now we move to what's in the near future, right? What's before us. 3 of Pentacles. So this is a card about really co-creating, working with others, working together, working with your spirit team, working with the work team, working with your friends, whatever it is. So you're about to move into a phase of collaboration that's going to be very abundant, very productive for you, very positive, okay? So we're moving into something better than where we've been, right? Now, this particular card has to do with your attitude towards your situation. Look at this. It's the Wheel of Fortune. In this case, what's coming in is, when is this thing? You notice the owl sitting on top of it. He's trying to force it to turn. Spirit's like, nope, you can't force it to turn. You have to do what you're going to do and let it turn when it's supposed to, right? When divine timing happens. But here's the thing to remember. It's still the Wheel of Fortune that showed up. You know things can change. You know they're going to change. You just don't know when. And that comes back to this trying to control it. Because every time you try to control it and anticipate it, that's when that leads to disappointment, okay? So this is all pretty, it's telling a story. It's telling us a really particular story, a very specific and very organized story about the way we behave as fire signs, right? So in this one, this is the part about what's really influencing you or your situation. So this may be something that you are completely not aware of, right? So we have the Empress, and she's lovely. She's abundant, and she's creative in terms of fertility. She's got great ideas. She is the ultimate nurturer. She is the ultimate feminine energy, right? So this is what this is basically saying to us. What you don't see is that you're going to embody this energy very soon. You're going to move this Queen of Pentacles energy that's in your subconscious that you're not aware of is actually going to start to manifest more realistically, because you're going to let go and you're going to move forward, right, with this. And if this doesn't happen to be you, it might mean that somebody else is coming into your world that has this kind of energy that's going to help you with this process. It could be the person that co-creates with you, or persons that co-create with you, but it could be you as well. Since this Queen of Pentacles is already in your subconscious, it's already there, then it may be manifesting, you know, right out in the open for you. Finally, we have the hopes and fears. The Nine of Pentacles. This is what you hope for. Abundance, independence, financial independence, security, stability, all those tactile, tangible things, right? Abundance. That's what we all hope for, I think, right? And then we have the ultimate outcome for this month of August. And we have the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups has some different meanings. It can be, it can mean a soulmate, somebody that you've known in another lifetime, somebody that you already know that you consider a soulmate. It could be somebody that you've already known previous in this life, because it also represents nostalgia in the past, right? So in this case, I think Spirit's given us some guidance that this working together, this collaborative piece of our lives is going to come in. And it could be something, many of you, somebody that you know, right? And it could be, for some of us, somebody that we don't know. But let's find out. Let's do the Naked Heart Tarot and see what we've got. All right, so let's clarify the Seven of Swords in the center with the Fool. Spirit, give us some more information about that just kind of clarifies where we're headed with that Seven of Swords and the Fool. Give us some... give us more clarity, please. All right, we have the Lovers here. Okay. So that's a choice, really. It can mean another person. It can mean a relationship, and maybe there's somebody in your life that you know, that you feel that this pertains to. But in looking at this is really about the choice to let go of that control, let go of this Seven of Swords, this need to strategize, to control, to deceive yourself that you're not trying to anticipate every move and control it from start to finish. It's telling you you've got to choose to get out of that in order to embrace this new Fool energy that's coming forward, this new beginning. You know, the new beginning is really, it's really our soul's birthright to have that new beginning so that we can move into the future with a new way of being and a new way of doing things, right? All right, let's look at this Five of Cups. Spirit, can we clarify the Five of Cups? Okay, we've got the Ten of Cups. I love this Ten of Cups because you got all those pretty crystals, right, to go with the cups. So this is really looking at, even though we tend to be disappointed because that's all we've been seeing of late, what it's really saying is that happily ever after's coming in this new phase. If we choose to move into the Fool energy, then we've got this happily ever after. this emotional fulfillment and happiness. And it's also saying that happiness overcomes this lack, right? If we decide to be in a positive emotional state and mental state, it's telling us that being in a happy state, you know, the glasses half full state, will overcome this spilled milk, glasses half empty disappointment that we've been holding on to. So it's really about changing your mindset and being in a positive state of energy and a positive state of emotion, instead of always focusing on what you don't have, right? All right, Spirit, let us see in terms of this information, the Queen of Pentacles, what's underneath. So this is the Ten of Wands. And to me, this perfectly represents the ultimate stress card, right? Stress and burdens and that kind of thing. The reason you don't know that Queen of Pentacles is a part of you subconsciously is because you've been in a stress state, right? And again, stress comes from this need to control everything and try to force things to happen because we're driven for answers. I was just arguing with my angels this morning about the fact that I just need something to happen. I need something to happen. I'm bored. I can't take it. I need something to happen. I'm sure you do it too, right? You may not realize you do it, but you definitely do it. And a lot of times we also fool ourselves. You know, we fire signs tend to be type A's. At least if you're an Aries, you tend to be a type A. I don't know that that's always true about Leo and Sagittarius, but it's for sure true about Aries. Is that we tend to be type A, and if we're not type A, then across the board, all three fire signs definitely tend to be worriers and victims of stress, right? And this whole thing with stress, we start telling ourselves that, hey, I work better. I when I have a little bit of stress, I actually am more productive and I get more things done and I do things better and things like that. But the truth is that stress in any form is actually not good for you because it takes you out of a free flow state mentally and emotionally and puts you in this tension state that doesn't allow you to move forward. So this is just reminding us that when we spend all our time worrying, anticipating, trying to strategize and control the outcome, trying to force things to happen, and we create that stress pattern over and over and over again, that's what prohibits this abundance, us knowing this abundance that's really in our subconscious. The part of us that really truly, this is our true self, this Queen of Pentacles energy, this abundant, mature stability, ability to nurture ourselves and others. It's there, but we don't see it because we spend all our time stressed out. So it's just reminding us we've got to move out of this. We've got to choose the Lover's card. We've got to choose to get into this Ten of Cups mindset and get out of this Ten of Wands, right? So angels, give us some information about the devil here in the past. What's this devil energy all about? Another 10, the 10 of Swords. Yes, so all of this codependent, anger, negative thought process, negative self-talk, all of it's over. It's done. It's done like dinner, right? All those swords. I mean, you only need one sword to the back, really. If you stab somebody in the back at their heart, you've killed them. 10 swords in the back is overkill. So this cycle of this negativeness that comes with the devil, it's in the past and it's staying in the past. It's done. That 10 of Swords says it's done. And this one, this 10 of Swords, it's done. We have to choose to move forward. It's done, okay? And the 10 of Cups, happy, 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 okay? These cycles, these are 3 10s. 3 10s to clarify. This shows we are most assuredly moving forward into the next cycle. Okay, angels, what about the 3 of Pentacles in the near future? Ooh, the High Priestess. Another owl. High Priestess. So you potentially could be collaborating with someone or with your spirits to develop more of your intuitive gifts, your psychic abilities, your spirituality, your learning of esoterica, things like that. You'll have insight and that inner wisdom that comes from collaborating with others. So this is going to be a growth phase for your inner wisdom and your intuition as you move into this collaborative phase. So I see with this, and they're telling me there's going to be others coming in to work with you, or to maybe new friends, new coworkers, new, just additions to your life. It's going to be people who are more supportive of this high priestess energy within us, and instead of people in the past that have been more supportive of this more devil-oriented energy, right? This negative stuff. So you've got people coming in to really support that part of you that is spiritual and wise and intuitive, who's been seeking more to know more, to understand more about yourself, the cosmos, how the universe works, things like that. It's going to be a very positive phase for something new. And the right people are coming in to help keep you in that space. So it's people that you can talk about. If you're a practitioner of Wicca or, Druidcraft or any of those kinds of things, maybe it's new coven members coming in for you. Or if you are more of a spiritualist, maybe you're going to connect with other people, like-minded individuals. But either way, it's going to support you to have a lot of growth and development in your inner wisdom and your intuition and your spirituality. Okay, angels, let's see what we have with this Wheel of Fortune in the attitude arena. Wanting it to turn. It is going to turn. What's coming up? Three of Swords. All this overthinking and over-worrying and disappointment and heartache and all that kind of stuff. All of this is going to pass. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. It's to turn and get you out of this state of being, this state of mind, this state. And really, the Three of Swords is not a card of emotion. It is a card of thoughts, right? Because it's swords. So even though we tend to call it heartache, the reason we have heartache when something bad happens, when something hits us in the heart, is because that's all we can think about. We overthink about it. And it's the paralyzing thoughts that make us unhappy and ill and sad, okay? So the Wheel of Fortune is taking us out of a past of this kind of thinking, this kind of being, okay? Okay, angels, for the Empress, in terms of what's influencing the situation, or us, what do you have here? Look at that, the King of Pentacles, called the Spirit of Pentacles in this deck. This is the King of Pentacles. So this is most assuredly the Master of Abundance. So this could be somebody coming into your life who is a master of abundance. It could be you mastering your abundance. It could be that you master, your work, that you get an more elevated position at work. You get more money. You may receive more recognition for what you do as it relates to your profession or your work behaviors. The King of Pentacles is really, he is the most mature and the most solid and stable of all of the kings. And that king energy combined with the Empress is really looking at the pentacle. I mean, it's just like putting the King and Queen of Pentacles together. The King of Pentacles is another counterpart to this Empress energy, because they're both very abundant and they're very stable and they're very secure, and they just have an abundant mindset that is good for them. It makes them more robust and more happy within themselves, more well-adjusted, more self-actualized. But they also have the ability to do that with other people, to help them feel more secure and more stable, and more more abundant also. Okay, Spirit, what about the Nine of Pentacles in our hopes? Six of Swords, movement forward. This says you're moving forward. You're moving forward quickly. And to that, from the, Six of Swords is positive thinking. It's moving forward in your thoughts, forward in your thinking, right? To that Nine of Pentacles, you're moving into that abundant mindset, into that state of independence. And you're going to manifest what it is that you really want, which is to be independent, to be solid, secure, abundant, to be financially sound, to be in a state of security that makes you feel good, that lets you know that you're capable of taking care of yourself and being solid throughout the rest of your lifetime. Okay, angels, what about our outcome as the Six of Cups? This is talking to us about potentially the past or nostalgia, or from another, a soulmate from this lifetime or another. We have the Sky Father. We have the Emperor. The Emperor. That is your outcome. By the way, the Emperor is representative of Aries. So this is for all the fire signs, especially Aries. This is indicative that you're embodying your best self. You are taking what you've learned from the past, and you are going to embody and manifest your very best self. This is a leader. This is leadership. It is, I love this Sky Father card because you see instead of seeing his face, you see the cosmos. It's just the most amazing card. You see all of the constellations and the stars and the galaxies. It's really embodying your most self-actualized, ascended self, but being practical as well, still being super stable. Because the Emperor is a 4. 4 is the ultimate card of stability, right? Being secure in yourself, being stable, being wise, being a good leader, being someone who is capable of manifesting. I mean, the Emperor, prior to the Emperor, you have the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, and the Empress. The Emperor is really embodying that new energy, the new beginning energy, and the trust that the Fool embodies on the new path, but he's also embodying the Magician's ability to manifest, because he's more evolved than that, and he's become the leader. So the Sky Father the Emperor is a very significant, that's a really good outcome to have, because it says you're really moving into that person that you want to be. And this is an overriding theme, I have to say, in all of the readings I've done for this month. There are very similar bits of information coming through in all of them. So everybody is making massive gains and change in this month of August. It's really turning out to be this most amazing moment in time where we really change forever, to the very best to become the very best of who we were always meant to be. But it does require trusting, and it requires this leadership, and it requires letting go. Leading does not mean control. It can mean control, but we see in practical examples in the modern era that trying to control when you're in a position of leadership does not work out very well. Okay? So when a true leader is someone who leads by example and leads through wisdom and not through control. I'm not talking about self-control. The Emperor is most assuredly self-controlled. He behaves. He knows how to behave. He knows how to embody his best self. But it's a failing proposition to try to control others and to try to control the situations and the outcome. You have to trust ultimately in the universe to lead you to the right path. So it is about being a leader, being self-actualized, being strong, being well-rounded and as a stable, secure, knowledgeable, wise person, but knowing that now is the time to, take your hands off the wheel and allow the universe to guide you to where you're meant to go so that you can truly live in the environment that is your very best self. The other thing I want to point out that is incredibly interesting in this reading, we have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, the Emperor and the Empress. So for some of you, many of you, this could be a significant soulmated partner coming in. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be a work partner. It could be, you know, the ultimate friend. It could be, you know, a confidant. It could be somebody who turns out to be your bestie. But I think it's significant that those are coming in, and the fact that we're really moving forward into this abundance. Look what's on the bottom of the deck. This is the Queen of Cups, love and emotion. Okay, so it's about emotional maturity too, really, and really letting go of the wheel, stop trying to control it, and allow the universe to move us forward. You might want to check out the reading for the water signs. I mean, most of us, I'm sure, have water in our chart somewhere. So really any of these readings, these elemental readings, we can really watch them all because we have aspects of that in our chart for all of us. But that was really going with the flow and was really pronounced in the water signs reading. And it was in the air signs reading as well, if I remember. It might have actually been in the earth signs too. So it's a common theme that's happening for all of us, that we have to lead, and we have to be our greatest self and move forward as our greatest self. But at the same time, understanding that trying to control the outcome of everything is not, it's going to keep us in this Seven of Swords energy, and in this Devil energy, and in this Five of Cups energy, and in this Ten of Wands energy. We've got to allow ourselves to let go and trust that the universe is propelling us where we need to go. Okay? So be abundant, live in abundance, live in happiness and joy for yourself, and understand the universe is propelling you forward as the Six of Swords and turning the wheel for you so that you embody and end up where you were always meant to be. So again, another powerful reading for August for us as fire signs too. So I hope this information, I hope it kind of clarified some things for you, or at the very least supported what you may already have realized for yourself. I mean, even for myself, I'm seeing stuff that's reaffirming that I've been getting in my own private workings with my angels, guides, and ancestors. So there's a common thing. We are really poised as spiritual beings to completely change and elevate the energy on this planet with this month of August. If we just do it, and it's going to literally change our world for the better. So that's the power that we all have with this. And with fire signs, I mean, there's a lot of major arcana in this reading. There's a lot of leadership-oriented cards, right? So we really have to lead the way. We're really being called to lead the way, but not to control that way. Just to tell the universe, okay, I'm here. I'm ready to help. Put me where you need me, and let the universe do it. Okay? It would be great if you guys felt like sharing how this pertains to you. I'd love to see it in the comments if you're up for sharing. I really appreciate you tuning in and listening to the reading. For those of you that have liked videos in the past and have subscribed to the channel, thank you, thank you, thank you. It really helps the algorithm on YouTube to get the messages out to other people. If you haven't already liked or subscribed, it would be awesome if you did. I would really appreciate it, just because it just helps me to get more information out there. So thanks so much for stopping in for the reading. I'm just going to pause the camera for a moment, and I'm going to get the oracle cards, and we're going to start with Aries and then we're going to do Leo, and then we're going to do Sagittarius to close it all out. All right. Okay. So here we are with the oracles. We're going to start with Aries. We are using the Cosmic Reading cards by Nari and Anastarsia, and then we're also using Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. So the first thing we have is self-worth. Okay, Aries, this is a mega important one. Okay, and then let's see what comes with it. Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? So this is really important, Aries. I think that, it's usually easy for most Aries to understand just because of the very nature of who we are. It's usually easy for us to understand how to lead or what it takes to lead, or at least what it takes to initiate things. We're really good at initiating things. But I think sometimes it's also easiest because, we typically are called the infants of the zodiac because we're the very first sign in the zodiac. And because of that, we tend to have inner child issues as well. And that's where this self-worth card comes in. How have you been, how do you see yourself in terms of value and self-worth? I love this card in this deck. It's one of my favorites. The eyes are the windows of the soul. And so you can see into her soul. And you can also see the power in her third eye. But the rest of her is blocked. And this is, it's the throat chakra stuff. It's not that throat chakra blue. And it's really, but yet it's blocking her mouth, right? So a lot of times we may know our self-worth in our heads. We may be totally and completely aware of it, but we don't show it. We don't speak it out. And I don't know if this is true for you. I mean, I know that because I always had, I was always a great initiator and I had great leadership skills, even when I was very, 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 very young. That sometimes when you would get around other people who were maybe had struggle points in terms of their own self-esteem or their own self-worth or their lack or confidence, didn't have much confidence. A lot of times the first finger that got pointed was always, oh, you're being selfish, or you're just being conceited, you're being arrogant. And that's not true, okay? That is absolutely not true. Do not allow those words that you may have heard in your lifetime, do not allow them to stop your throat chakra from speaking your truth, okay? You have leadership, you have depth. Look in her eyes. You have depth, you have knowing, like this third eye. I mean, this is a sigil on her forehead with this light working. You have this wisdom, you have intuition, you have all of the things that you need and the things that you know, and your self-worth, how you feel about yourself, and understand what your value is, then share your value with the world and know it. It's not arrogant and conceited to be who you are, to be confident about who you are, and to speak what you have to say, right? Not if you do it with compassion. And for those of you that aren't sure about your self-worth, this is a card telling you to really take a look at that. Do some work with your guides. Do some journaling and really look at your self-worth. And for these full moons, make a habit to really decide if you've got some voice inside your head that talks to you negatively or tries to convince you that you are not good enough or some of these other things. Write that down and write it on a small piece of paper, and go out to your grill, or take a metal bowl or something like that that's really sturdy, and take it outside, and then put that strip of paper in that metal bowl and take a match and set it on fire until it burns out, and release it. Release that kind of negative belief system, because this priestess card is saying you are being called to lead. And whether that's lead spiritually, lead at your place of business, lead, lead in ideas, in ingenuity, in engineering, in lead if you're in the military, or you're meant to be a leader who is compassionate and wise and has lots of integrity and ingenuity, but you gotta have the self-worth in order to pull it off, right? You've got to know who you are, and more importantly, you got to believe it. You really have to believe it if you want others to believe it too. So be confident. When you're confident about what you know and what you're saying, and you know yourself, you're confident in who your soul is, who you truly are within, others will see that and respond accordingly. I think this is really important, Aries, to kind of keep this in mind. Really think about that and really work on that. Make sure you know your self-worth. Okay, Leo, what do we have for you? We have time out. And ironically, the tree of life is in there with this beautiful auric field around it. And we have Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? So with these cards, Spirit is saying that if you're not already getting a bug to travel somewhere, or to make a pilgrimage somewhere, or to go check something else out, whether it's a new place to live or just a vacation, or it's a new place to work or something like that, Spirit is really saying, you know, there's a journey that's happening within you, and it could just be a sacred journey that you do within, but you need to make sure that you're taking time out of your regular life, whether it's, you know, if it's taking kids to karate and ballet, or, you know, to and from school, or, and then getting yourself to work, or whatever, taking, you know, the dog to the groomer, whatever it is. Make sure that you're taking time out of your everyday life to sit with this and do this journey. And because if this is about an inner journey, and if it's about going someplace, really think about where you're led to. Maybe it's just going to your local park and sitting next to a tree. Maybe it's, you know, your family taking a vacation to the beach or to the mountains or something like that. But you're really being called to make sure that you maintain balance, energetic balance in your life. So if you're overdoing, and, you know, it's all this dark, this red, this fire energy, and the yellow, all that stuff is up in the top. If your brain is on overdrive and it's starting to keep you in that stress state, just like the big reading said in the beginning, we've got to get out of that stress state. So make sure that you are taking time out and journey. And if it's an inner journey, meditation is a great way to do that. Journaling is a great way to do that. Listening to flutes or bowls, or a recording of a babbling brook. It doesn't matter, but you need, your soul and your mind need to take a time out so that you can reharmonize your energies. So make sure, Leo, that you're really paying attention to that. Take the time outs when you need them and do your journeying, whether it's inner journeying, or if you need to take a time out, you know, take a lunch break and go to the local park and just sit down where you can smell the trees, right? Or watch the kids play, or, you know, watch the grass blow in the breeze or whatever. You've got to make sure that you're taking time outs when you need them, and that you're doing the journey, whatever you're being called to do journey wise. I think for a lot of you, this is an inner journey, but for some of you, it most assuredly means that you may need a little retreat, or you may need a little break or vacation where you can recharge, but make sure you're maintaining that energetic balance, Leo, because that's going to be the key to moving forward smoothly. Maintain that energetic balance. Okay, Sagittarius. Woo, the sacred journey. That is a mega powerful card right there. Wow. And we have soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. All right, Sagittarius, this is a call from the universe. This is a proclamation. You are definitely involved in something, some type of sacred journey that is not only going to impact you, but it's going to impact others. And if you've been struggling with this process, like wanting to really be the spiritualist that you desire to be, or wanting to be a spiritual leader, or you know, somebody that teaches spiritual things, maybe being a reader, being whatever. For this, you're taking the sacred journey, but you haven't been able to take those steps because you just feel like you're at a struggle point on your own. You may not know exactly where to go. Spirit's telling you that it's time to call in the soul tribe. So set your intentions when you do your meditation, or you know, when you're doing yoga, when you do your meditations, when you do your whatever spiritual time you have during the day, if it's at your altar, if it's journaling, if it's just, again, sitting in the park, watching the breeze blow the grass, whatever. That's when it's time to really set the intention and to tell the universe that you're ready for your soul tribe to come in, for your soul family to come in. And this has to do with getting like-minded people to you so that the universe can either send them to you or send you to them, okay? And the sacred journey that you want to go on, that you're meant to go on, you need your soul tribe for that, okay? Not that you can't do it by yourself, but it would be oh so much more fluid and easy to have others to help you, okay? So make sure that you set the intention, Sagittarius, that you call in your soul tribe. Pray that they come in. If you do Reiki, send out the healing Reiki. Call in your tribe, write the intention down. Speak the intention to your favorite crystal and put it under your pillow while you sleep. Bring that soul tribe to you or take you to them so that you can begin whatever great sacred work that you're ready to do. And it may not have anything to do with spirituality. It may just be work, or it may be a cause. It may be a creative project. It may be something that you've always wanted to do, a hobby or something like that. Sacred journey just means something that's sacred to you. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be something spiritual, okay? So whatever is sacred to you, whatever you want to do, there's other people that are meant to join you in this process. Call them in, Sagittarius. It's time to call them in. And it's going to make all the difference so that you can, whatever this journey is that you want to make that's sacred to you, will just erupt into all these, see the turns and the twists. It's ready to explode. It's ready to spiral into something magnificent. Just call in your tribe to be with you. I want to thank you, fellow fire signs, for joining in. Thank you so very much. And it's a blessing to have you here. It's a blessing to read these messages with all of you because I'm one of you. So it's beautiful stuff. I can't wait to see how your life blooms and blossoms. Please like and subscribe to the video. One of the struggles that I've had is that the fire sign videos from the past are not getting a lot of likes. So I don't know that they're being visualized. So please like the video if you do. If you want me to keep doing more fire sign videos, definitely like it. It's just a way to tell me that you're invested in it. Because if it continues to dwindle and there's only 3 or 4 likes on the video or something like that, I'm not going to keep doing the fire signs because it's just been a pattern so far. But I'm hoping that you really want me to keep doing them because I learn with you as we do these things together. I truly appreciate all of you for tuning in. Thank you so very much. I am wishing you a blessed and beautiful August. I'm telling you guys, this is the point where everything changes. And if we embrace what we're here to do and to be, it's literally going to change the world for the better. And wouldn't that be fabulous? Thank you so very much, fire signs. I love you dearly. And thanks for the likes and subscribes. And I can't wait to see you next month. Bye-bye.